Very good morning, dear children. I am Ratna Chatterjee from Study Hall Center for Learning, and today we will start with the secondary course in English with lesson 13, The Last Stone Mason. Alright, children. So, dear children, I am sure that you all know that our country is known for its rich culture, tradition, and heritage. We have a very rich tradition, very rich culture, very rich heritage going since ever, centuries before. Many cultures, many traditions, many traditional art forms, practices came into existence. But slowly, gradually, children, these art forms, these traditions are coming to an end, which is very sad. Now here we need to think about it, that why is it so? It is very much evident that yes, these art forms are very less in practice, they are being extinct, many of them are no more in practice these days. But why is it so? What is the reason? What could be the probable reasons? Let us find out. Why these traditional craft dying out? You all agree that it is dying out, right? Yes. Why? Maybe a possibility is that handicraft trade does not fetch much money. There is not much money there to provide to the artisans. They are running short of money. They are not getting the amount of money that they need to fulfill their needs. Then, another possibility, yes, artisans struggle hard to make both ends meet. Both ends meet means they feel it little difficult, or we may say very difficult. That is why they left the job, that is why they left their tradition, that they are not in a position to fulfill the needs, meet the ends of their families, their personal needs of their families, or we can say the basic needs. And at the other end, they are not justifying their tradition. They are not doing justice to the art form for which they are working, they are famous for. That may be due to lack of material also that is required to make a particular art form or to carry a particular tradition. Then they need markets to sell their products, of which they could not reach the proper markets, so that their art, their tradition, their work could be valued enough so that they can earn good amount of money. Next, isn't much demand for their product. Since it takes a long time, a lot of labor to make the art form, to do a traditional art, they are a bit costly. People may not like to afford those costly things. Simply, therefore, there is no market, no place for them to sell their products. They are not in demand, therefore. Then, young artisans want to make more money. Simple. This is very natural. Every one of us like to have good amount of money so that we can lead our life very easily. And mass production using machine for higher profits are more preferable these days, so that the more the production will be, the more they could sell, the more profit they could earn, and a better life they could lead. Simple reasons. But is it good? Is it good that we are losing our age-old identity of being rich in culture, heritage, and tradition? No, it's really unfortunate. We must not lose, but we are losing. That is the truth. So children, here the last stone mason is the story of an old man, Master Ji, who was a stonemason, about his son Gopal and their servant Salim. Master Ji learned this profession, this art, this traditional art form of sculpting the stone and making idols of God for temples from his father. It was their ancestral job. And he loved his profession so much that even though he is running out of money, he led a very poor life. There was no quality life for him. He was in complete, in that situation where anyone could think of something else. But he was in love of his profession, of this job so much that even after all the difficulties, he would like to continue with this one only. And same, he is willing for his son, Gopal, that he should also do this job. He should also continue this profession. He must continue doing this form of art, and he must carry on with the thing. But unfortunately, Gopal, like all the other artisans of that place, wanted to have more money, a good lifestyle. As all the stonemasons of that place already have moved to Agra, because that is the place which is having a big tourist importance. People come over there, they get souvenirs like we all do. Whenever we go to some place, we take to carry small souvenirs, small mementos for our friends, relatives and our families. And for that, this business is very much flourishing in Agra for the stone artisans. Likewise, Gopal was also in a mood. He is also willing to go there. But Master Ji, he was not in favor. He was in favor of being there only and carving these statues of lords for temples. It was that time when Master Ji was carving a masterpiece, and probably the last sculpture of his life, because Master Ji had grown very old. He needed Gopal. He wanted him to be there to make the finest work, to give the facial expressions and do the minute work on the statue, because Master Ji had grown old and now holding the chisel and the hammer for these minute works is becoming a bit difficult for him. But Gopal, although his father was ill, the moment when he was in his need to carve this statue, left his father alone and he went to Agra. Very sad. But Master Ji, he was there with his statue, continued carving, and that time their servant Salim. Now Salim, who was Salim? Salim was their servant. Salim was Master Ji's servant. And how he became a servant? Because 5 years back, on a stormy night, when it was raining very badly, Salim came to Master Ji and asked him for food. He was in a very bad condition. He asked for food and shelter. Master Ji offered him and never asked him to go from his house. And Salim used to live there, work for them and be there at their help, and became their servant. He also never left the place. When Gopal left, Master Ji was really disappointed. He was devastated that his son has gone. And due to this, he became more and more ill. One day, when he was carving the statue, he fainted. Then Salim took him to the bed. He took good care of him. And the next morning, when Master Ji was awake, he could hear that something is going on in the other room. Somebody is working with a chisel and a hammer. Since poor Master Ji was longing for his son, he thought that Gopal is back. But to his surprise, when he went there, he saw that Salim was carving the statue. Salim, at the sight of Master Ji, he became very worried, and he became very surprised at the look, because he don't know that how Master Ji would react, because he had interfered his art. Salim was a non-Hindu person. He was carving the statue of Lord Krishna. I don't know, he never knew that how Master Ji will take this. But Master Ji, when he took a look at the statue, at the fine expression and the fine lines and the minute things that Salim did, he was very happy. He was very happy, and he said that yes, now I am satisfied. Now I feel contented. Now I feel that I am not the last stonemason of this country. This country is yet to get its finest stonemason in the form of Salim. And this is how the tradition survived. Although not his son, not his own son Gopal, but his servant Salim took the art forward, and he became a stonemason. Children, here also these two characters, the son Gopal and the old man Master Ji, are poles apart in their principles, in their ways of looking into the life. Both at their own places are correct. They are not wrong. Master Ji was not wrong because he was willing to continue the profession, and Gopal was also not wrong to have a good lifestyle. Alright, so this is where our chapter came to an end. I hope you have understood well. Read the chapter again. You will get to know the other things. You can understand things more better way. Thank you. Have a good day.